Hey guys, it's Rose again, and today I thought I would talk about my last little Christmassy video is actually about a book that I am giving as a Christmas gift. So fingers crossed that the recipient doesn't watch this channel. I don't think so because I never told him about it. And of course, if you happen to be my father, then turn it off. Turn it off right now. This is what I'm getting you. It's coming in the mail, okay? Okay. So the book that I'm talking about is one that I have mentioned before in a haul, and that is John Cleese. John Cleese, So Anyway, and it's got this great cover on it. I love it. I love that at the signing we had a lot of people doing this and talking. And I'm tempted to do the whole review like that, but I think it would get really annoying, and I would also drift off camera a lot because I wouldn't be able to see where I was going. So Anyway is a straight-up memoir of John Cleese. If you do not know who he is, then I don't think we can be friends anymore. He is a fantastic comedian. He had a great career on stage, but he is best known for Monty Python, Fawlty Towers, Fierce Creatures, which is a terrible movie, and A Fish Called Wanda, I would say, are his biggest achievements. Really hilarious British comedian. If you don't know any of his stuff, go watch it right now. It is so frickin' funny. And this covers his entire life up until this point, because obviously he's still alive. That's how he was able to write the book and how he was able to sign it for me. See, look, I got my little signature right there at the bottom. And the signing was super, super fun. Last minute local thing. It was amazing. They had bits of his famous works playing on a big screen TV while people were milling about and waiting. He had people in sort of cosplay, costumes from Ministry of Funny Walks, and from a bunch of his skits. We had people doing some of the funny walks around the top floor of the bookstore, which is just so cool to see. Everyone having so much fun, confusing the living bejesus out of the few poor people who had no idea what was happening and just happened to come into the store and go upstairs and go, why are these people doing this? So that was also kind of funny. I feel that way actually about a lot of Cleese's comedy, is that people who get it find it amazing and hilarious and phenomenal, and people who don't get it are standing around going, what are these people doing? So it was fantastic. He himself was an amazing, amazing person. I, being a raging fan of his, obviously got completely overcome by anxiety and squeaked something grateful out at him and scurried off in the opposite direction, and wish I'd had the balls to walk up and quote some of his stuff, or walk up with, my knees coming to my chin and my legs sticking out after. But it didn't. But he was so kind. He was there for hours. I think by the time I left, I had been waiting for maybe 3 to 4 hours, and there was still another group or two behind me. So he was incredibly patient throughout all of this. You couldn't tell that he was getting any more tired. He was not just, pass on sign, sawed off, but taking the time to try to connect with every individual person. And that must have been absolutely exhausting. And you couldn't tell. He was incredible. Moments where you are in the presence of true comedic genius and also true kindness. So I was so amazed. I was so thrilled, and I was even more thrilled to be able to get a copy for myself signed and a copy for a gift signed, and get them both at half price, which was really something I didn't expect with the signing. I kind of assumed that with signings, they would say, well, hey, these are the people who are going to buy it at full price no matter what. So I was surprised when I went up to the cash register and it was half the price. It was kind of cool. The book itself is really, really funny. I've read most of the way through it now. I'm not quite finished, but I'm pretty confident that the last, quarter is going to be as good as the first 3. Very much in his voice, very smart, very revealing, very honest, and also really interesting for someone who I didn't necessarily know a lot about his early life until I read this book. I knew a lot about the things that I enjoyed watching him in. I knew a lot about Monty Python. I can quote most of Fawlty Towers. but I didn't know a lot about how he got started, and it was really, really interesting to read that and to read how he met all the other phenomenal people that became part of his life and his writing team. So it's a fantastic book. I also wanted to add a little bit in about giving signed books as Christmas presents. I obviously love books as Christmas presents, love gift cards for books as Christmas presents. I don't think that there's anyone who would bother to watch a booktube video who is not excited about the idea of getting a book as a present, so I'm going to take that as read, so to speak, and just add a little bit extra that I think it's really nice when you can get something signed. Not necessarily for like monetary value or resale value, because God knows I think of my books very, very lovingly, and I don't ever think of them as investment pieces. I think of them as things that I will read and love and cherish. I think that having the mark of the author on it makes it a little more special, a little more personal, and then you get the stories to tell the recipient of your gift as well, which is really nice. For case in point, the stories that I've just been telling you about the cosplayers and the screens and other people, I actually live tweeted the event because I was kind of bored and on my own. And it gives you a story, and it gives you something that you're giving as well as a physical gift. You're giving them the stories that go along with it. You're giving them a little taste of the experience as well. And I'm always a fan of giving gifts that are more than just like, here you go, here's an object I think you would enjoy owning. I like the things that have something personal, something that has a connection and a story behind it, as well as a story inside it, in the way that books do. So I love giving signed books. I have given the recipient of this gift multiple signed books before, in fact, and I always love giving them. I always love getting them. I have received a few, and they will always stay cherished in my signed collection. So if you ever have the chance, if you are ever at a book signing, no matter what the time of year is, it's hard to think about Christmas before you get the tree up and all that kind of stuff going on. But whenever I'm at a book signing, if it's possible to get more than one signed at a time, I like to get 2 or 3 and think about who would really enjoy the rest of that as a gift, as something that would be special to them. So I would recommend that you do the same. I would also really recommend that you pick this up, that you give it a read. If you're interested in his comedy, if you're already a fan, if you're not, maybe pick it up and give it a read, just because you might find a new part of comedy that you could be a fan of, because the book itself is also really, really funny. So that's my little spiel on Christmas gifts. I hope that you get everything that you want this Christmas season, and I'm sure that I will be doing a haul video, assuming, fingers crossed, I get enough books to warrant an entire haul. And that's about it from me. Have a wonderful holiday season, and thank you again for watching. Bye.